Trump just launched insulting and unhinged Twitter tantrum against France's Macron, stinging from 3 days of criticism for his debacle of a Veterans Day and still in the throes of the sullenly cantankerous spirits that have gripped President Trump since the midterm elections. The leader of the free world took to Twitter this morning to rail at the nation who hosted him over the weekend in a bizarre and unhinged Twitter tantrum. Number 1 Donald J. Trump tweet at Real Donald Trump. Emmanuel Macron suggests building its own army to protect Europe against the U.S., China and Russia. But it was Germany in World Wars I and II. How did that work out for France? They were starting to learn German in Paris before the U.S. came along. Pay for NATO or not. Number 2 Donald J. Trump tweet at Real Donald Trump. On trade, France makes excellent wine, but so does the U.S. The problem is that France makes it very hard for the U.S. to sell its wines into France, and charges big tariffs, whereas the U.S. makes it easy for French wines, and charges very small tariffs. Not fair, must change. Number 3 Donald J. Trump tweet at Real Donald Trump. The problem is that Emmanuel suffers from a very low approval rating in France, 26%, and an unemployment rate of almost 10%. He was just trying to get onto another subject. By the way, there is no country more nationalist than France. Very proud people and rightfully so. Make France great again. At this point in his presidency, we can safely assume that President Trump was watching television, in this case, coverage of Macron's comments on Sunday, and grew so furiously angry he felt the need to shout to the whole world about it. Ken Klippenstein tweet at Ken Klippenstein. Only 2000's kids will remember this, being mad at France for insanely dumb reasons. Macron took a shot at Trump and his newly adopted label of nationalist. The white part is silent, on Sunday, saying that patriotism is the exact opposite of nationalism. Nationalism is a betrayal of patriotism. Nationalism is a betrayal of patriotism by saying, our interest first, who cares about the others? By any standard of measurement it is an extremely poor taste to mock the nation of France for being invaded by Germany twice in the past century, especially since Trump couldn't even be bothered to honor the American veterans who died defending France in those wars. Of course, Trump had his excuses for that too. Donald J. Trump tweet at Real Donald Trump. By the way, when the helicopter couldn't fly to the first cemetery in France because of almost zero visibility, I suggested driving. Secret Service said no, too far from airport and big Paris shut down. Speech next day at American cemetery in pouring rain. Little reported fake news. While that may have been true, he would have found a way if he had really wanted to go, and the fact that there was no plan B tells you all you need to know about his dedication to the troops, especially since he then failed to visit Arlington National Cemetery in the United States, where it also happened to be raining, so that he could stay inside and watch TV all day. Trump's behavior has grown increasingly erratic and spiteful over the past week, and unfortunately for him, the incoming Mueller probe indictments aren't likely to make him feel much better.